no other way I can be with you. Oh, if only your thought would approve. Things like this, you and I would have to do. Oh, I won't tell no one else. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I know it's late. I can't wait. Steal away. Let me steal your love. I know a lot of folks out there trying to criticize me, but you be doing the same thing I'm doing. Oh, steal away. Don't you wanna steal away? I won't tell if you steal. I won't tell. Baby, won't you come? Yeah. I won't tell if baby, if you wanna steal away, baby, won't you come? I won't tell. Baby, won't you steal away? I won't tell. I won't tell. Baby, won't you come on, steal it? Baby,
IIFTVPN.
Bless the bottle and pass the drink. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. Bless the bottle and pass the drink.
I roll with drinkers that keep liquor stores tipping. From Rothschild's 111 to Sunset on Division. Prestige, famous liquors know our names when they see us chiefin'. Wang and speakers, we came for at least a leader. Peep the procedure, we breeze in. Ante up like MOP then. Grab what we need and we ain't leaving till we descend. It's yak in the air and I'm fiending for a fever. That rim thing on my pimp game, preach like deacons. I might tamper with a sample of that privilege and have the staff grab a half a gallon handle of that vintage XO. Love you dig and we can gamble with them digits. Past the Cavassier, sipping straight till we finish with it. For show, player, grab about 4 Vegas with bottles and black bags, rotating with no chasers. We gon' play a posted like we in the paint. Where the cups grab the ice, bless the bottle and pass the drink. Stay posted on the land, getting busted with my mans. With our cups in our hands, bless the bottle and pass the drink. Taking shot after shot in the car with a bottle out west, spinning block. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. You can make mine a double, whether yak or the bubbly, don't matter, just keep them coming. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. It's the Chi-Town tradition. Welcome to my city, let me show you how we kick. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. What you finna do? I'm finna get loose, sip on some booze. If you with it, we can kick as soon as I slip out the booth. We can cruise through the city limits and slip through the loop. Soon as I'm finished, give me a minute, then I can slip into you. Picture the mood, let me get you in tune. This how we do. I'm a bend, rolling that bluish, ooish, sticky, yeah, ooh. Then them blues while we drink on. In between songs like interludes. Gotta thank him a fool, cause I'm trying to see you. In between sheets and covers like interviews. From the news till you reach the pinnacle. Seeing sights you never knew. Tonight you ready? I'm outside ready to make that move. Stay posted on the land, getting busted with my mans. With our cups in our hands, bless the bottle and pass the drink. Taking shot after shot in the car with a bottle out west, spinning block. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. You can make mine a double, whether yak or the bubbly, don't matter, just keep them coming. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. It's the Chi-Town tradition. Welcome to my city, let me show you how we kick. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. Killed a corner from a pint I had last night on the corner with bags. To them people was on me flashing they flashlights, but I was on it. I'm knowing they tryna act like they own it, cause they roam in these streets. It's just the facts, right? They ain't on nothing anyway. Any day is tough when you hustling just to get a plate at dinner tables. That's why we drink away pain with fifths, thinking of ways to raise our chips from days on tips to fade. And niggas with clip butts, changing shifts or shaving nicks with the blades, with the razor tips. I'm trying to stay legit and let my paper lift off the flip from my greatest hits on laser disc. As I take a sip, 2 cups past wasted, a bottle on the way, I can't resist the temptation. I'm already been in the demonstration, of course I'm waiting while the drinkers bless the court with they nation. Stay posted on the land, getting busted with my mans. With our cups in our hands, bless the bottle and pass the drink. Taking shot after shot in the car with a bottle out west, spinning block. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. You can make mine a double, whether yak or the bubbly, don't matter, just keep them coming. Bless the bottle and pass the drink. It's the Chi-Town tradition. Welcome to my city, let me show you how we kick. Bless the bottle.
WIIFTBPM.
This is a traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
Live on the line, we have the newly appointed State Senator Doris Turner. Welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. How are you, Senator Turner?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I really feel like I have arrived now that I'm on the Maze Jackson Show. It's a dream I never thought would happen. You know, in every office that I have held, I served 10 years on the Sangamon County Board, then I served 2.5 terms on the Springfield City Council. And in each one of those positions, I have never represented a district that was a minority-majority district. But every day I've gone to work to ensure that African Americans in those districts received equitable treatment, and that the legislation that I pushed was beneficial to the entire district, but beneficial to the African Americans that lived in that district, because these are people that for too long have not had a voice. When I was there and I was their voice, I wanted to make sure that everything that I did was going to move my community forward. And that's always been first and foremost in my mind, and that will continue to happen. If you look at ordinances and legislation that I have championed, drafted, and passed, you will see that thread running through there. Everything that happened with the legalization of cannabis in Springfield, I led that and came out of that with a lot of successes. And one of the things that I am most proud of that came out of that was we put the 3% municipal tax on there, but 1.5% of that money will always go to a very specific area of Springfield that is the heart of the East Side.
You mentioned cannabis, but what we've seen is that there has been no access to cannabis for black folks.
We've had to go back and do 2 fixes already. I think that everyone knew that that was going to happen. But, going forward, it's one of those things that, when you know what you know, there'll be more eyes and ears on a lot of things. So I am very committed to that.
Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson.
That song means. It means it's time to get back down on the soil. Happy Monday to everybody tuned in. It's time to get your sports fix. Live at the West Center for the Black People Media Studios. I'm your man T. Coming to you as always with my player partner Eugene McIntosh. Gino.
What then now, Finulioski.
How you feeling, brother?
Man, I can't complain, brother. Blessed and highly favored in the words of Cousin 2, man.
I love to hear it. Esco on the boards.
Man,
how you feeling?
Look.
Hey, guys.
Esco. What's good?
It's good to see you. I think it's the first time we've been together in, 2 months?
Yeah.
We was here last.
When?
Esco, this is how much work you be putting in back there. You were here last week this time.
She called me
Wait, but all
he
of
wasn't
us
here.
Physically,
He was. You
Yeah.
You on location still?
I was on location.
Yeah.
Esco, you feeling the love right
I
now,
am.
huh?
For 2 out of the 3 days last week. Yep.
Esco is feeling the love, man.
Y'all lie.
Definitely always good to see you in the flesh, Esco.
Y'all right?
Yeah.
Gino, man.
Man, what?
Another week. We back at it.
Back at it, man. These weeks be flying by, bro. It'll be spring training.
It's mid-February. Is it? Because it's the shortest month of the year. Is it safe to say this is mid-February territory now?
Almost.
We in the, what is it, the 9th? Or
Yeah,
the 8th
Valentine's Day is around the corner.
Oh, here we go.
I've been seeing the Facebook
What?
statuses kind of kick up another notch.
What's coming up? I don't.
Yeah, I've been seeing double time Facebook stats. I seen one woman today say, "Don't buy your man nothing for Valentine's Day. If he's asking you what you getting him, tell him nothing. It's our day."
That sounds dysfunctional.
Yeah. So let's go. Tell me real quick. Is Valentine's Day? Is it like separated by sexes? Is this for the women and men get no love on Valentine's Day?
Well, I spoil if I have somebody around that time. I spoil them because, well, it's all year, but you should. But on Valentine's, a girl, you better give me some.
I feel that.
You don't have to. It's okay. No, you better.
You don't have to.
No, you got to.
You don't have to.
But romantic gestures, you should want to do that.
No, I hear you, man.
All year, but it's just something about that day.
But is it 50-50 Esco or is it 100-0?
It should be 30-70.
Men 70, women 30.
Because I don't think, do you guys care?
I don't care.
Oh, dramatic pause.
I don't care.
I see men care.
I definitely, you know what I mean?
You want something.
Well, you know, I don't have to have anything. You know what I mean? Honestly, if we have a fun time on that day, that's enough for me.
You see?
You know what I mean? So,
but no, for us women, we want the flowers, a private room booked.
Are you ready, Gino?
Man, look.
What's your philosophy on Valentine's Day?
I don't have a philosophy. I'm shutting up. How about that?
Maybe a smart
Are you guys
move.
romantic?
I don't want the smoke, bro.
I feel like I'm an ex-romantic, and I have no problem with saying that because I feel like I'm an ex-romantic.
Meaning
I
you
thought
used
you
to
said
be.
ask
Yeah,
me.
no.
I'm romantic.
I feel
What?
like I used to go harder in my younger days on the romantic side of things, and I'm not saying I've gotten comfortable over.
Yes, you have.
I feel like I'm
You can
more of a
acknowledge the
365 person now. You know
See,
what I mean?
me too. One of my love languages is gifting.
Okay.
What is it, gifts or?
Gifts. I feel is that most women's love language?
Gifts?
Well,
Gifts.
spending time. Okay,
Get
no, I
time.
like and touch. Okay, and gifting. Oh my gosh, all of them.
Yeah, exactly. I feel you, Esco. But I had to bring it up.
I don't
because
want
that
this-
was the conversation.
I don't
had
want
this
the
morning at
smoke.
The crib.
Which was what?
What's the plans for Valentine's Day?
Well, this year, I mean, it's kind of you can't travel anywhere, so
Yeah, COVID kind of restricting you from doing
I mean,
things.
you guys got plans, or are they
I
listening?
feel like
so
the
you
basic
can't.
plans are like take out.
The house, book a room,
Okay,
I got other
cool
things.
with that.
I
That's
got
cool.
other things going.
Something simple.
I got other things going on in my life right now, Esco.
Yeah.
So
Gino knows I'll book a room for a weekend. I tell him all the time, like, Gino, I'm away for the weekend.
Yeah, even one night.
Yeah, we can do
Something.
that. We can do that.
I'll be writing the papers.
But we'll see. Hopefully, anybody that's alone, hopefully we can spread some love. The Bigs loves you. Don't even worry. We love you.
Aww.
from afar.
We're wrapping our arms around y'all from afar, okay?
Virtual hug. What is that noise?
It's a squeeze.
That was a squeeze. That was the bear hug, Esco. That was the bear hug, man.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want the smoke, so I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut.
Smart man. Gino, yesterday was the Super Bowl. I feel like that's
I've been waiting all day. Okay.
Yeah. That's the day where I feel like regular sports fans and real sports fans all get to come together and enjoy it. Whether it doesn't matter how much you really know about sports, it's about the festivities of it usually.
True.
What did you do yesterday? How'd you take in the game?
Man, I went to Jake Melnick's, got
Stain.
about 36 wings,
Stain.
order of fries.
I'm a huge Jake Melnick's fan. You know what I mean? I love
Yeah,
Jake
the poncho wings,
Stain.
flame. I had the barbecue, I had the buffalo just as an extra, but just touched down with Jake real quick. Had a couple brews. Just posted up, man. Nothing special. Had the guacamole on deck.
Okay.
And got it in. Nothing special. No Super Bowl parties, with the pandemic.
Yeah, it was definitely extra light this year.
Limiting my,
That's my question, because you would be working.
Well, we haven't covered. We've never covered a Super Bowl.
Because how does that work for media?
As far as covering a Super Bowl,
Normal.
Oh, in a normal sense, if we were covering it, we would be in Tampa, getting it in. You would probably see some videos of us ignoring all the COVID restrictions. No, I'm playing.
right.
But
right. No, usually, I'm pretty sure this year was like limited media, even more than usual, just because a lot of it was Zoom interaction.
A lot of it was Zoom. Even though it was crazy to see, they had a bunch of fans in the building.
22,000.
They had a bunch of fans in the building. It looked like a packed house.
I thought it was just cutouts.
They were cutouts. That's
Yeah.
what made it look.
That's
From
what made it
afar,
look
that's
full.
what made it look. But I'm pretty sure they put the call in because everybody was saying that. Like, man, that stadium looks full. And I'm like, well, they said Raymond James seats a little bit over 60,000. And there were 22,000. So a third of the stadium was filled with people.
Healthcare.
Yeah.
I believe they gave them tickets as a surprise.
Yeah, it was like 7,500 healthcare workers. And then the rest were like fans, from around.
The cutouts were hilarious.
They were.
No, yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'll get to the telecast. But to answer your question, Esco, I feel like to let you know how it goes, I can kind of base it on when the NFL draft used to be in Chicago for those 2 or 3 years that it was a few years ago.
Oh my God, I remember.
And when the NFL does it, they when they come in your town, they do it big.
Ooh, they got the money for it.
I'm trying to tell you, it was free parties. I was
Ooh,
drunk
I was trying to get a husband. I
all
remember.
weekend. Yeah,
I
was out there. I was in the streets. Okay, I was out there.
Street life.
I imagine it's on times 10 for the Super Bowl. I don't know. how what the restrictions were, but I feel like every time I got on Instagram or something, I saw
Did you see
an
the
event.
Did you see outside of the stadium?
Yeah, it was a
Cracking.
It was a zoo. Like it was like the regular Super Bowl activity.
No
so.
masks in sight. Cracking. But Florida is one of them. They
That's what
open.
I said.
Florida
I was
has
gonna say.
they've
They
been
open.
effort since the beginning of the pandemic. You know what I mean? So
Open.
open. So of course it was only right that they had the Super Bowl in Florida. I seen people saying we're lucky to get a Super Bowl with the pandemic, and I was like, did y'all think that we weren't going to get a Super Bowl? Like the NFL, if they showed you anything, is that they're going to get theirs no matter what. So I wasn't surprised that we got a Super Bowl. They the halftime show was on. They gave it the same platform. I want to get your opinions.
We got to talk about all of that before we even get to the game.
Yes. So where does this rank in y'all?
I
your
thought
view of Super Bowls.
As far as the entertainment,
the spectacle of it. As far as the
I'm actually sick of the spectacle. The spectacle gets
For real?
more and more huff.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Obviously, the Super Bowl isn't the Super Bowl without the spectacle, but I feel like they go further and further away from like, what's the word I'm looking for?
From the essence.
The essence, but just the authenticity of it. It's like the Weeknd. Come on, man. Like, okay, we did know all of the songs he performed. We've heard those songs a million times. But the Weeknd isn't that great of a performer. I thought I felt like he was boring. He didn't do much. The extra additives is what I'm gonna call it.
The theatrics.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling that.
entertainer.
Yeah, like the Weeknd
Exactly.
he's good.
I feel like it's tough on that stage if you're not an exceptional singer or dancer.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Exactly.
okay, now you just improvising, to hopefully entertain us in some kind of other way.
Right. The antics and the theatrics of it. It was like
Because last year was J-Lo and Shakira.
Yeah.
The year before that was
Beyonce. Right.
That was the year before that? Oh, wow.
It may have been two. Who knows? But
Bruno
you can't.
Mars too, you're right.
Bruno Mars.
Oh, right.
So you can't. I mean, and no diss to the Weeknd. Like I said, the Weeknd he's a very good artist, but you can't really follow up those last three.
Yeah, honestly, because it wasn't like the Weeknd was about to hop on the drums or the guitar.
Right.
To turn it up.
I felt like, you could have thrown Anderson .Paak in there or something. That would have been dope.
Would have been busting.
With the drums.
Now, I know he may not have the worldwide
the
appeal.
superstar power just yet.
Yeah, but I feel like as far as the performance and, America and just, well, what are we looking for? That's the key. What are we looking for in that?
Not changing the channel.
I feel like we're
checking my phone.
Exactly.
And I felt like with the Weeknd, the only reason, and I'm speaking for myself, the only reason why I didn't look down at my phone or kind of he kept my attention was because I was trying to see how many of those songs that I knew. And my mama texted me like, the Weeknd, she's like, oh, I know this song. And I'm like, well, I know all of these songs. It was one song that he did that I didn't know, that I never heard, that I think I've never heard before. But all the rest of the songs, they're like his hits. So I'm like, that's
Smash
cool.
Hits.
Yeah, that was cool. But the performance and the rest of it, I feel like if I had to give it a grade, I don't want to.
Music is like, you have to be in that vibe, in that zone.
Okay.
Right? Because they're not like
and what's that? And what is that vibe? It's because I feel like that's a question I've always asked when I listen to the Weeknd or I hear the Weeknd. It's like, okay, what do I have to be on to feel this? It's okay. That's a happy song.
And those are
what? Yeah. Do you know what that means?
Oh, yes, I'm saying. But it's a happy
and
song.
that was the whole thing, and that was the big thing they were talking about, man. They got this guy on here rapping about cocaine, and I'm like, or singing
it's the
about
Weeknd.
Yeah, it's like, well, this ain't the first time we heard this song, is it?
No, but it's the Weeknd. Like coke is kind of synonymous with those tunes. But Gene, I really feel you when you say that. I feel it's lost kind of its luster.
Yeah.
Because when you look at how the NFL does it, they treat the first game of the year like Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Like Super Bowl week.
Exactly.
All the performances. It's not really exclusive anymore. And then I feel like we've also been spoiled with Super Bowl halftime performances of the past. Like, are you going to get better than Prince? When the Bears, were in the Super Bowl, are you going to get better than Beyonce and Bruno Mars, the way they held it down?
Because I agree with Susan in the comments. I like his music, but the show was whack.
And isn't that what matters most when it comes to artists? You know, you got to be able to kill it live, right?
Especially when you're doing this big spectacle. Of course, you got to be able to kill it
He
live.
paid his own money. The weekend.
Yeah, put up $7 million. Yeah, to be the Super Bowl halftime performer, you put up your own bread.
Oh wait, they all do that?
Yep, that's part of the contract. It's really promotion.
Beyonce had to pay to.
Yep.
Who put up the $7 million
Yep.
for the weekend?
Now they say the industry says he paid for it.
I don't
with his
believe
own
that.
money.
I don't believe that.
I'm quite sure that a corporation.
Mars don't
or
be
other
having. Come on, man.
entities
The weekend got
can
hella
front that.
platinum records and all of that, but he ain't got $7 million to put up to pay for out of his own pocket to pay for the Super Bowl. I don't believe
Is he
that.
on that level of stardom? Like,
I think that's all. I don't think so. I mean, and I can't really count his pockets like that, but you ain't.
that's a hefty ticket though. You gotta be a superstar to put that up.
Hove.
Like we understand why maybe Pac wasn't the halftime show. It's like $7 million.
Maybe that's why Jay-Z works there now.
Exactly.
So he get that money back from
Hove, and that's the whole other thing. Come on, Hove. Like, we
bruh.
couldn't get a better lineup. To
Wait,
get
Hove-
multiple artists.
You're Jay-Z.
The Weeknd ain't a Rock Nation. Is he a Rock Nation
No, he's
artist?
not a Rock Nation artist,
Right.
but Rock Nation is the booking agency for the Super Bowl halftime.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it.
And it's like,
I'm pretty sure somebody put that 7 up for the weekend, and they gonna make that back probably through his publishing, through his royalties, however they gotta make it back. I don't think the Weeknd put up $7 million out of his own pocket to perform at the Super Bowl.
I doubt that as well. But I don't think that's a major hurdle if you want to do the
At
Super
all.
Bowl halftime.
At
show.
all. At all.
You know what I mean? Because usually you get the boost. Everybody's gonna be playing your music the day after.
Probably an exchange. Like you can use
Yeah.
my
Or
face
the weeks
on the
leading
promos.
up.
Oh,
The
exactly.
commercials, all of the promo.
All I heard, or the only commercial I remember, really leading up to it, is the weekend commercial.
Yeah, coming into the
exactly,
arena.
the train station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
All I
machine.
know is Michael B. Jordan. That's all.
That was a good one yesterday. That was the Alexa commercial, the Amazon
Pre-Super Bowl,
commercial.
that's all I wanted to say.
Homie was like, turn up the lights in there. Yeah, I feel him.
I was like, I gotta get an Alexa.
Yeah, I just
What is your perfect halftime show? Like, is it out there? Is there anybody that you hope does it?
not really. Just entertain. I mean, it's hard to say, man. Like we've been through
That's
a
what I'm
lot of
saying.
Super Bowls.
Yeah, I
over
feel
the
like
years.
everybody I would super want to see. I mean, has Jay-Z done it yet? Has Hov done it?
We don't want to see Hov do the Super Bowl.
You don't mind? Like,
I don't mind, but I don't want to.
Really?
I wouldn't
always
mind,
down
but
for a
if I
Jay-Z
had a
show.
choice, I don't want to see Hov do my halftime show.
They need to make it epic again, and they need to start. I feel like if Jay-Z did it and Kanye came and they got to do like a Watch the Throne reunion kind of thing.
Well, that's different. Now you
Hov,
adding a whole nother
you're
element
welcome,
to
Hov.
it.
You're
Right,
welcome.
right. Oh man, this is off the record, but you got to see. Are you familiar with state property? Y'all familiar with state property? Oskino.
Beans and
Do you remember Oskino?
oh yeah,
Owen Sparks.
Oh yeah.
Oskino has a podcast. It's called Deeper Than Rap, and he
peeped.
debuted it with Beanie Siegel. Now you know they have been at odds for the last few years.
I had to go and look. I'm like, they were sitting together.
Yes, bro.
Okay.
Oh, you need to watch it, man. Oskino was not feeling Hov, Joe. You gotta. It's real. It wasn't no beef or nothing, but he explained a lot, and it's so funny. Oskino, because you never really back then. It wasn't all of this. It wasn't this technology. Wasn't social media. Wasn't none of that. So you really didn't. Only thing we knew is when these guys were on mixtapes or maybe a video or something. But now that they're able to tell their own stories and be more out here,
Yep.
you really get to see the person that Oskino is. And he's you get to learn about his background and how he came up and how he signed to the Rock. Beans explained how he signed to the Rock. But he was basically, I'm not going to ruin it. If anybody that are Rockefeller fans and state property fans, Oskino especially, you got to go check out Deeper Than Rap.
Get down, you got to stay down.
You got to stay down. Get down and lay down, but
I don't remember the last time I've seen Beans speak, so I'm totally interested in that.
it was dope. They cut it up into 3 segments. It's like
Okay.
each segment is 30 minutes. It's a good listen and a good watch, but you got to peep Oskino talking about Hov. He was not going, Joe. It's so funny, but it's real, but it's funny at the same time.
Now, every day I wake up, somebody got a problem with Hov.
Yeah. But-
See,
but when
cancel
you-
culture.
But when you hear the stories, it's like, hey man, like
You mad? 'Cause
It's like,
you
what do
didn't
you-
get the check? You mad?
Come on.
that's
Nah.
man. But you got to hear the stories behind why these guys. And like I said, it's the same thing. And it's like people need to hear these stories. Hove may need to hear that
I feel that.
to understand.
Maybe he's too far gone.
That's what O was saying. It's like, man, I remember Hove was my right hand man. Beans especially. He was like, man, Beans. You know how much Hove rolled for Beans.
You know what I mean? Come on, Joe.
So it was just, and that's something else. We don't have to get into it. But if y'all are state property fans, go and watch
That's
Oskino's
definitely
Deeper
to
Than
the
Rap
top of
podcast.
my watch list.
I was dope. I watched it after the Super Bowl last night. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling Hove, Joe. He said Hove is his second favorite rapper of all time, regardless. Like
That won't change, but they know each other
Hov,
on a personal level.
Hove, don't act like you don't know me, man. It's funny. It's funny though. It's funny.
Now, that's interesting. I feel like how the story of how relationships evolve or don't evolve from a epic time in each other's lives. I like to hear the continued story of what happened
And the backstory that we never heard. You
Yeah.
only really gonna hear one side and there's no knock to Hove. Because
Well,
Hove is
history is written by the victors. Hov get
bottom line.
everybody's listening to Hov.
Bottom
And now
line.
podcasts and the internet, everybody can have the
Can have their own voice, right?
Yeah.
And it's up to you to kind of read between and it's not taking sides. It's just,
But it
this
up
is
to
why.
you to understand and listen to a different perspective.
Right. And you rarely hear from Hove. Hove don't talk. Hove don't have to talk.
He'll
His
drop
money
a-
He
talks.
hasn't had to.
Exactly.
Yeah, drop
he
quotes
really
like that.
never had to.
Anytime I hear somebody say Hov said, I'm like, when? Like, can you prove he actually said that? No.
Yeah. Old Hove though. But yeah, please go listen. Please go watch the Deeper Than Rap.
But
podcast.
it's fair to say he needs to up his game when it comes to these halftime shows. If the scrutiny he was under when he took it, and it was supposed to be and we knew it was kind of fluff when it went down, but to be under the disguise of this is for the people and all of that that was kind of an underwhelming second installment of Hov's halftime shows for the Super Bowl.
So what if I had to give it a grade?
Now,
go
I
ahead.
think we got to include her and Jasmine Sullivan.
I'm not including that. That's something totally different.
But they're also booked by Rock. Hov had a hand in that.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
And her killed it. And you know how we feel about the song. I mean, we sit down. For America the Beautiful, the Star Spangled Banner, the Big's gonna be sitting down. But
Lift every voice and sing.
yeah, I may sit for Lift Every Voice and sing. But her killed it, Joe. Like
What did she do? America the Beautiful?
She did America the Beautiful with her guitar and her vocals,
Right,
and
right.
just murdered. She's just super talented,
Jasmine Sullivan and Country Buddy. I mean, I wasn't really expecting country. Like, where did Country Buddy come from? We heard Jasmine Sullivan was singing the national anthem.
That's all I expected.
So I was expecting to hear Jasmine go dolo.
And
She
she
for
could
self.
have handled that easy. That's
Period.
easy work for
Because
Jasmine
I don't know,
Sullivan.
dude. So when
Yeah, I
I
don't-
started playing, I was like, oh, okay, that's a nice.
And it was cool,
You know?
right? It wasn't whack.
Her
It-
band.
Yeah,
member?
exactly. That's what I'm like.
Exactly.
Okay, if he was just playing, cool. But I didn't expect his vocals as well. So it was like, it was cool. It wasn't whack. It just wasn't what I was
Was it
expecting.
supposed to be some symbolism behind that?
But the NFL knows their demo.
Yeah.
Can't lead a country, man. Come on, man. You can't lead a country music out of the NFL
Not with Tom
national
Brady.
anthem. Come on, bro.
And starting at, at quarterback.
Come
in
on,
this
bro.
one.
Now, I just thought it was cool. Jasmine is a killer. Like her vocals,
Facts.
her voice is nasty.
Let me tell you why I said that about the Black National Anthem, though, because I feel like it's just another one of those instances of the NFL trying to put lipstick on a pig. We wanted Kaepernick to get a job, and they was like, how about we just play the Black National Anthem?
Because when did they start doing that?
Yeah, but last year.
Come on, man. Stop it. Stop
And
it.
shout out to Alicia Keys and shout out to
Okay,
all
let's
the
stop
music
there.
teachers
Let's stop
that
there.
had- but no.
What do y'all think about Alicia Keys?
I mean, overall or
Yes,
now?
overall, like
as a person.
we yes, the performer, the vocalist, just Alicia Keys as an artist.
I feel like she is still benefiting from when she first came on and she was in front of that piano.
That is the overall
Yeah.
consensus, man.
It felt like an old ass show. I was like,
our consensus was she never took that next step.
You see, now I feel like we have to. I mean, because I feel like she means more to black women.
Oh,
you know what
I mean? Well, I'm not a black woman.
I feel like she has a space forever because she's Alicia
I agree with that.
She, everything she did. Really, her first album.
Well, Robin in the comments says she's mediocre to me.
She's mediocre to me.
Okay.
Randy says Keys is cool. Reese says she's Huff.
Ooh, okay.
And it's like, okay, I'm not gonna say she's Huff just for the fact that I'm not here to slander Alicia Keys.
Exactly, because what's the full spectrum of what she does?
I feel like Robin hit it on the head. She's mediocre, but I also agree with what you said. Is like she has a special spot in women's lives, black women's lives forever, just from those first maybe
to women in the industry as well. Like I feel like her is totally inspired by Alicia Keys. I get Alicia Keys vibes in their presence, them and their instrument on the stage, just holding it down. I mess with it, but I totally feel anybody that says Alicia Keys is not bringing the full package.
No, she's not. That's
vocally,
a given. That's a given.
Yeah,
that's a given.
She has her moments.
She's that for.
Let's go like
She's that. She's the John Legend.
Entertain me.
She's the John Legend of that world. Like when you need to call on black music.
I think that's a decent comparison because I think they both.
If there's a fundraiser.
If there's a fun.
To raise money.
Yes, they're like that. Like
that's kind of shortchanging John Legend though, because John Legend got hits.
I'm just saying. I don't outside of the
recent hits than Alicia Keys.
Well, outside of the hits though, I just mean in this spectrum.
In that realm.
Yeah, when you need that. You call on Alicia Keys or you call on John Legend. If you need the rapper, you call on Common.
I feel that because we got to get Glory off.
Glory might be never needed to be heard again.
No, I don't think it's going to be a function that they show up to where they don't at least tease it, where Common don't at least like go off on a spoken word tip with that in the background.
Hey, bro, when Combo was at the Democratic convention.
Oh, you knew it was coming.
Oh man, spinning on his head with Glory in the background.
I looked. I was like, yeah, it's up. The jig is up. They got to stop the madness.
I got all the love for Rosh, man. That's my 87th Street brother, man. I'm glad he's able to be that guy. Because what guy would you rather be? The guy no one cares about, or would you rather be Rosh?
I wonder, and correct me, is that the ultimate goal? Is like I want to make music that the people love.
Yes.
Like, can I just get that one song?
When you making it to the music industry, yes, that is the goal. Like you want to be able to perform forever. If it's one song that you're gonna get, if you're gonna make $150K to perform that one song, that's the guy you want to be.
Can I get I Used to Love Her? Can
I
get The Corner?
He probably don't even remember those songs.
Exactly. No, Glory, fam.
Glory. Oh, no Resurrection.
Come on, can we get some?
No, that Rosh is gone.
Original
If you catch Rosh, outside of that realm, he'll resurrection you down. He'll kick it free. He might give you 48 bars. Yeah, but
he is delightful in person though.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I love Rosh, man. But yeah, John Legend, Alicia Keys, Rosh.
No argument for me on that tip. I tend to agree with that one.
Hey man, let's take a break, Joe. When we come back on the other side, we got to talk about that Huff from yesterday, man, because I thought the game was Huff, to be honest with you.
Do we got some snoring sound effect? Because I was kind of snoozing, Esco, but yeah, let's talk about it.
You rocking with the bigs, man. We'll be right back.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
This is it. Day one. The red letter edition. Big Luda. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. Before I finish breathing, I'm moving the masses like minister speeches, penning classics as I finish my thesis. Not a pastor or a preacher, my passion is deeper. Rapper / teacher, trying to master the teachings past the sinister streets and moving bags past the police is speeding fast in the evening. The truth is, it's all about eating, but I'm feeding food for thought for those either fasting or feasting. Putting faith in my beliefs when I'm speaking, looking straight till I'm decent, at peace with no fear, believing it's real. I tell them it's heaven, but it's hard when you talking to niggas with no ears. From clouds of chronic coughing and sessions off, walking and stressing, straight lost in the essence. I pause for a second with my thoughts and reflections. I take my losses as lessons, but it's all just a blessing, and that's the mess. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, in an instant, friendships in quick in the music business. It used to be just music, now it's just business. The relentless pursuit for loot, dividends and interest, hidden agendas, leaving you defenseless against them. Not to mention intentions to benefit from you penning authentic sentences. Shit for the spinach, niggas that did it. Listen, while you scribbling, picturing images of living on premises, surrounded by fences and different women in silky linens, bending and grinning, intended rentals, you slipping, cause these Vicks is out, tricking your chips in. The game's cutthroat, rules was laid back in the day before rappers got paid by sponsors that slung dope. And shit ain't really changed beside the amount of change the game. Famous names so these lames can front, so I change the game. See my future through the blunt smoke so high, looking at my future through the blunt smoke. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, I'm invincible, guarded by two identical, invisible guardian angels that guard every angle of my physical frame. Spiritual miniature ministers whispering, keeping me on the top of my game. Lessons to gain, pleasure and pain. Like my eyes, they reside on the left and right side of my brain. Quietly praying, navigating my aspirations, passing calculated statements while I'm grabbing my flame. Wasted in the basement, pacing, placing words on pages, blazing my merch to the face. I'm blowing life in the air. I sold my soul to the Lord for a price of a prayer. Yeah, so my nights can be clear when I sit still, writing his will in his likeness, like him, cause I'm knowing he'll save me. He told me to spit and don't let the devil take the gifts that he gave me. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song I'm trying to put you on or what I'm on. If you just rotate with me.
All right, well, Angela Oya Fumike. As you know, this is I Do, I Did, I Don't, the What's in It for the Black People media. Start our way into this journey of divorce and healing. So we came together under a survival mentality, not under a friendship of being in love. First being friends and then being in love, or growing in love. We came together under, we're trying to survive, we're two kids trying to survive. Okay, we're going to survive together, because if you're handling this end of the survival and I'm handling this end, years that you've accepted this is what it's been, and now you've made this decision, and he wasn't there. He wasn't even seeing that you were done. Here's what it was. Just like I ignored on the front end that he didn't love me like that, he was so disconnected from me by the point when I decided to leave that he didn't see the writing on the wall. Wow. He just didn't see it. But he didn't know that woman because he never took the time to meet her. Mm-hmm. And so you created your plan And that's key, I think, in having a plan. If you are going to, whether you're deciding together that this isn't going to work any longer and we're splitting, and having a plan on how you're going to move forward is pretty key. You knew at this point I had to create your own plan, and you were moving forward with that. In my case, I didn't have a plan. Things happened pretty abruptly, and I was creating a plan on the fly along the way. I don't recommend that. You forgive yourself. You forgive you. Do the work of forgiving yourself that you may be able to actually forgive others.
It's the pigs. They calling us the pigs. It's the pigs. And not because our size. It's the pigs. They calling us the pigs.
And not because I side. Shout out to Tone Bone, man. Tony Stanza holding us down with the official The Bigs theme song.
Tone Bone.
Yes, sir. Shout out to 8 Ball and MJG as well. Y'all know it's a play on the classic.
Or do they? I mean, I feel like 90% of the people that rock with
That's
on the
a
soil.
generous number too. Well, on the soil listeners, yes,
Yeah.
I go 90.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, I've got a couple of messages in my box, even from Ja. Ja was like, "Man, who stole y'all song?"
Ja, you got me by your side. Come on.
Yeah, Ja had to. I had to drop of the knowledge, man. I'm like, Ja, that's a play off a classic 8 Ball and MJG, Mr. Big. Like
Come
Mr.
on.
Big is one of them tracks you can spit from. Man, 8 Ball and MJG is just one of them groups that I feel like,
I feel like my favorite conversations with you are when you revert back to when stuff like that first dropped.
Bro, that's when I was down. I went my first year down in Southern in Baton Rouge. That was fall of '94. I think Coming Out Hard, 8 Ball and MJG. The album
Coming Out Hard.
Yeah, that was like spring, might have been fall of '93.
I was 4 years old. And Gino, you was on a college campus.
I was 17.
Come on.
And that was, and the way the music was
93.
Music was different then. The way they pushed music was different then. The South was just gaining some steam. I mean, Scarface and the Ghetto Boys were really like the only mainstream rap group from the South.
That's wild.
So when I got down there, Southern Playalistic had just come out. I woke up every morning at 5:30 a.m. to Hootie Hoo because we had to get up and run every morning from the campus. We had to run from the camp for baseball workouts. We had to run from the campus to the Baton Rouge local airport, which was like 2 miles down the road. Like if once you come outside of our campus,
the Titans action, y'all.
Bro,
yes,
it was like a straight shot down. It was like Baton Rouge only had like 4 streets, like to be honest with you. But it was like a straight shot, a 2 mile run to the airport. So I woke up every morning to Hootie Hoo.
Hootie Hoo!
Yeah, it was like,
come on.
Ooh, oh man.
Come on.
Don't even talk about P. Because
I'm about to say you was in Baton Rouge.
Man, well, 8 Ball and MJG, they were like next up. And I said Outkast, Southern Playalistic came out when I got down to Southern. But then P, man, I think it was fall of 95. It might have been spring of 95. Master P came onto the campus. Him, Silk the Shocker.
Come on.
Murder.
Yes.
And it was somebody else. I'm not sure. But they came on our campus and they rode from the front of the campus to the back of the campus. It was like one road that led you straight from the front of the campus to the back. They were in back-to-back Lexus Land Cruisers. And they was just throwing money out of the sunroof. And I'm on the yard and I'm like, Joe, who is this, man? I had no idea who these guys were.
No social media.
Oh, wasn't none of that. There was none of that.
Sunroof.
I came back home that after the spring to the summer, and y'all was listening to the Ice Cream Man. And I'm like, oh man, that was Buddy and them that was down on the campus throwing that money out. Next year, Master P was full blown, full effect, and No Limit. Oh man, the Ice Cream Man. I could not believe what I was hearing up here. I thought it was some local, because it was local then. Like P and Mystical and all, those were local artists. Even though P came from Cali, But this was local music.
About to say.
When I came back home and saw y'all listening to this, not you specifically, but the masses listening to Master P, the Ice Cream Man, I couldn't believe it. But that was how, like I said, it was different the way the music got in rotation.
Yes. Come on.
Bump that, Esco.
I may have to change my wake up song. Hootie Hoo. I need that.
Oh, man.
Tight like always, smoked out always. Come on.
You talking about Hootie Hoo.
I need that.
Yeah, the South, it was just different. The music was different. But back to Ball and G, man, it was like, when I heard that, and I'm like, because down South, they didn't have the reputation for being spitters. Like the rap was different. So being a spitter meant like you had to have. They were players, but they were spitting. They were spitting the down south. They were the down south version of spitters. Yeah, they wasn't spitting lyrical miracle, God body, 5% Black Power bars like all we knew. They wasn't spitting gangster rap like NWA and them. They were spitting that version, the down south version of that. I'm talking about Ball and G are definitely. I think they're underrated. I think 8 Ball and MJ. I would say Outkast is probably the best. It's probably number one.
And I know you're taking Mobb Deep over them, though. But that's
personally, I'm taking Mobb Deep. I'm just going down south. I'm talking about down south groups. Outkast is Ghetto Boys got to be number 2. And then I'm gonna say it's a toss up between Ball and G and UGK for that next spot.
Okay.
But I feel like Ball and G are definitely underrated. On Top of the World, coming out hard. And there's one more. They got 3. Those are classic albums, man. And these were days when, Mr. Big Coming Out Hard only had like maybe 11 or 12 songs on it. But the next one with what's Lay It Down.
Lay It Down.
Those are classic albums, man. So, hey, man, Ball and G, bro.
Came from a special era for sure.
Man,
like
South
definitely was. It wasn't on that level by the time I got to college. It was T.I., Jeezy. Let's go.
Got his head tilted back in with his face. Let me tell y'all a story before we get into the Super Bowl, man. You know I got stories for days, bro. So
pull
we
up a chair, everybody. Let's do it.
Check this out. Off and Lay It Down. So I get down south. Me and my mom. I get down to Southern. We get on the campus. Coach. Takes us to the room. Takes me to my dorm. We get in the dorm. Come in the dorm. So it's me, I got a roommate from Chicago, from Harlan, and I got a roommate from some city in Louisiana, not Baton Rouge, but not New Orleans, like one rare city in New Orleans. So I come in the room, and I look in the room, it's 3 beds. Like, I think I was the first one there. I was the first one there. So I get in the room, I look, it's just 3 beds.
First pick.
Got the
wall space.
The wall space, and then we got our they like lockers kind of, but it was like your closet where you put all your clothes. Yeah, it was crazy. So I get in there and I'm looking. So me and my mama like, man, we need to clean this room up. So we go to let's say Target or whatever they convene. Yeah, Kmart or something.
Montgomery Ward.
Venture. Yeah.
Wow, you took it back. Esco. Venture.
Yes, about to say
Montgomery
yes.
Ward, Goldblatt's,
Zare.
But so we go get all this. We go get all this. These cleaning supplies, get all that stuff. So my mama drops me off because she's leaving to fly back to Chicago. Fam, when I get back to my room and open the door, the room is completely changed around now. My roommate from Chicago was from Harlan. So you already know he was GDN.
Dang, y'all got down there together.
What?
Roommates.
Fam, when I tell you the room was totally different than when I left, came back, so he had set his side of the room up already.
He thought he was there first.
Oh, wasn't no thought. He was there first. Fam, when I tell you this man had the GD lit on the wall, I'm not BSing one bit. He had the Gangster Disciple lit
at Southern
on the wall. I came
RA
in.
Nobody said
that? RA. We were in the.
Oh, you're athletes. Never mind. No, it doesn't apply.
And we were freshmen in the upper class dorm. So we was in the front of the campus in the good dorms. The good bathroom. Well, the bathrooms were okay.
Good water pressure.
Give or
Good
take.
water pressure.
Okay,
The
it's
rooms
really
were
good,
decent.
low-key.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
There you go. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Come in, this guy got the GD lit on the wall. I said, oh, wow.
It's like, okay, what up?
I said, I gotta find this guy ASAP. Mind you, we're like the first ones on campus because the athletes have to be there earlier than everybody. So it's only a select few people, the football team and a couple other people, the band, the band was year round, so the band was there, it's like 100 of them. So, and then the athletes. So I know I'm gonna find this guy, so I just hit the campus. Walk around the campus. I'm walking the campus.
Really searching for fans.
I'm searching for this guy. Fam, when I tell y'all.
Because you were going to know him out of the blue. You was going to know him as soon as you saw him.
You know you're going to know a Chicago nigga. When I tell y'all that I found this fool, and shout out to Deion Berry, man. Deion held me down.
Okay.
Deion was like one of the best people I have ever met. Like, when I tell y'all I found this dude walking around the campus with no shirt on, with a boom box.
Time out. No shirt on.
No shirt on.
Campus,
and now I'm getting a little more information than may be needed, but I think Deion got stabbed or something.
So you saw the mark.
The man had from his neck to his belly button, the biggest scar that I had ever seen in my life, from his neck to his belly button, all the way down. When I tell y'all, this boy had a boom box. Banging, lay it down. You hoes, lay it down. I had never heard 8-Ball. Oh, how I miss you. When I tell y'all
how bad the Super Bowl was that we're talking about this music.
Oh man,
fam.
Honestly, that's busting. Like
I had never heard 8-Ball and MJG a day in my life. When I tell y'all this guy was walking around the campus like this, lay it down, like screaming with a boombox on his shoulder, with no shirt on, with the biggest.
He was home. He was home already, dog.
Or folks that got out of the crib down in Louis. We didn't know what Baton Rouge had to offer. None of us had been on our own.
Y'all, miles and miles away. Come on.
Fam, lay it down. Deion Berry. This man was walking around the campus with a boom
That's
box,
hilarious, dog.
bumping lay it down. So that's how much 8-Ball and MJG means to my life, because anytime I hear that song, it takes me right back to my first day at Southern,
right back.
bro.
I feel like if that ain't a pure description of 93, 94, the fam walking with no shirt on.
No shirt on with a boom box.
Slamming,
lay it down. I said, oh, this guy here is amazing. And I can't tell y'all all of the things we did. But just know that if I would have stayed down at Southern one more semester, I probably would have ended up in jail. Deion definitely ended up in jail. He did.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, we were down there to play baseball. Things didn't go our way. Folks and them was down there. It was a lot of the GDs down there. The Moles was down there. The Lords. They basically took over Baton Rouge.
You was home, basically.
Yeah. Oh, Chicago. Oh, they was scared of Chicago down there. Like, it was bad. Like, I had got down there, and I'm like, something don't. I told you, and let's get into the Super Bowl, but Coach Cato, our Hall of Fame baseball coach, Southern University, one of the greatest guys I ever met in my life. He was the reason. He set me on a path. He was like, son, you're going to go to jail, and your life is going to be nothing. You need to get your life in order, because we were down there doing a lot of stuff that we had no business doing, and it led to a lot of guys going to jail. One of the folks ended up getting shot and killed down there. My old roommate from Miami, I told you, he got shot and killed the next semester after I left. So a lot of things just didn't go right, but I'm glad I got out of there. But
your time was definitely limited, and I'm definitely happy you got in, got out when you did.
Wouldn't be no on the soil with the bigs, brother.
You know what? I enjoy how a comment about our theme song could turn into what it turned into. So shout out to us for that. Thank you, Esco.
Ball and G share a special place in my heart, man.
And I see bro comment. You know she knows UGK. I feel like that was just a hiccup in my, how I do with y'all. But nah, she knows UGK, bro.
Ah, man.
Gino, this Super Bowl, man. Super Bowl 55. What was the final score? 31-9?
31-9.
If somebody would have told me the Chiefs would have been the team with 9, I would have never believed it. But I did pick the Buccaneers.
You did.
It just felt like Tom Brady's night. It felt like whoever aligns the stars in the NFL. Like we heard the interview yesterday, but whatever went down. Tom Brady has his 7th Super Bowl. He's the first NFL quarterback with 7.
Wasn't he the first with 6?
Yeah, it's like this is
and the first with 5.
And I feel like I don't remember the last time I was that bored watching the Super Bowl.
Yes, it was extremely boring.
I was so bored, Esco. I can't front from the beginning of the game all the way through halftime, all the way to the end of the game. We knew who was going to win. Midway through the third quarter, the Chiefs never mounted any kind of comeback, like no kind of effort at all.
Break it down to technical stuff. What
Well, first of all, I mean, I felt like, me personally, and I'm sure you may feel the same way, but I felt like yesterday was the first time I saw Andy Reid outsmarted in a long time. Because it was obvious, like me, you, and Herb talked about on the kickback the last couple weeks, and even before then, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers probably have been playing the best defense in the NFL for like the last maybe 2 months. So Todd Bowles, you already knew what Todd. We didn't be ready. We didn't have to. It didn't take a rocket scientist to know that Todd Bowles was not gonna let Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce get behind the defense.
I feel like every defense that they've played has had that philosophy. You can't let Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce beat you, but they find a way to beat you anyway. You know what I mean?
But you know another thing, when you get ahead early, you got to change your game plan. And I feel like Andy Reid and those guys, they never, because they weren't stopping the run necessarily. But when you're down double digits at the half, when they came out the first 3 plays and ran the ball and it worked. But the time of possession, you know how it is. It's a mind game. So they figured Kansas City Chiefs defense was not good.
Their defense, I feel like, is a very situational defense. They step up to the plate when
needed.
Time. Yeah,
but the Chiefs would give up 35, but they would score 45.
Exactly. Now I feel like the story in this one though is how the Chiefs were undermanned. I think they even though I think Patrick Mahomes only got sacked one time officially, he was on the run
all game.
So
you're talking about the 2 offensive linemen, which changes everything on your offense. Now you got left guards playing.
Communication is different.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean? And now you got Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul, too.
On that.
On that. Yeah, on that. And they were on that all game. I feel like that was the biggest issue with the Chiefs' offensive production last night. But also I feel like, and I haven't really seen this, you tell me if you've seen it, Patrick Mahomes is only 2 or 3 weeks removed from being in concussion protocol. Like, you cannot be 100% just yet. You know what I mean? And although I feel like he made some, even on the run, he made some impressive throws. Like, Pat Mahomes looked like the best quarterback in the league. Even, under distress, he made some, amazing throws. But I still feel like he wasn't all the way there. And I feel like that had something to do with it. And the Buccaneers were too good of a defense for the Chiefs not to be 100% on.
Is that so? Are those facts or are those excuses?
No, that's what I saw. Or that's what I saw yesterday. I'm like, all right, this dude is 3. He looks like he's 3 weeks or just removed from concussion protocol. He has no offensive line protection.
What was the 3? But so the Buffalo Bills game was the game after concussion protocol.
Yep.
So he was fine then?
Well, I think he played well. I don't know if he was fine. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. So how do we gauge? So he didn't play well yesterday, is what you're saying?
Yep. Well, I don't think the offense played well at all. They couldn't score a single touchdown.
He's the leader of the offense.
Absolutely, though. Yeah. But the offense as a whole, him included, didn't play well at all.
I think that's true. I think those are facts. But I think that we're not giving the Tampa. I don't think we're giving Todd Bowles enough credit. But what you said is true. every defense comes in every week against Kansas City saying we can't let Tyreek Hill beat us, and somehow they find a way too. But I felt like Todd Bowles did it different. They played it differently.
I was confused to stay on the Chiefs for one more second. I thought Travis Kelce and some of the other offensive weapons were too frustrated. Yeah, too frustrated too early on in that game. Like I was kind of I'm like, why are they so frustrated right now?
Because this is the Super Bowl, bro. You got to make them
Super Bowl, but you're still
you got to
Kansas City Chiefs.
You got to make them plays.
You got to make them plays, but I think mentally they checked out of that game before they were actually out of it.
I think that's due to the Tampa Bay defense, man. When think about the Tampa Bay defense of 2003 with Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice.
But even this one, I give them that credit. They went through Drew Brees, they went through Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And who they beat first? They went through top offenses.
Right.
For sure.
As what were they, a wild card?
They were a wild card.
Right.
They played every single week of the playoffs.
Right.
So
I don't think Todd Bowles and the defense gets enough credit for the scheme that they came up with. They doubled Tyreek Hill the whole first half.
They had 4 people allotted to Travis
Drop
Kelce
them two. You
and,
saw them
and
2
Tyreek
safeties
Hill.
the whole time. Keep everything in front of us.
I got him. Now you got him.
Now you got him. Cover 2, whatever you want to do. Tyreek Hill is not getting behind us, bro. Tyreek Hill dropped that first touchdown.
Yeah.
They hit him in the face.
Definitely didn't do Patrick Mahomes any favors.
There you
There
go.
was a couple of the one where he was falling down and got it to who was that Hardman
and
hit him in his helmet.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah, even like you said with Travis Kelce, it's like, bro, you have to make those. Like you said, those are catches that they've made all year. They knew what the Tampa Bay. You can feel that defense not giving an inch. The first 2 or 3 drives, like you said, Patrick Mahomes was running around the whole time, and you got Shaq Barrett and JPP coming on both ends. You ain't scratch. He made one dope play when Buddy was on his heels and he kind of faked and then went back inside. But it's like you're not gonna do that too much.
Yeah.
Like we own that, and we gonna get you to the ground. And man, frustration sets in, man.
That was crazy to see how many times Pat Mahomes was just running around trying to get a pass off, not take a sack, not throw it out of bounds. It's like, gee, I've never seen this Chiefs offense on the run like this.
Shook on the turf toe too. Don't forget about the turf toe.
The turf toe. They the reports say he's gonna have to get surgery for it. And maybe I shouldn't give it all to the concussion, instance, but I just don't think that he looked 100%. Or I don't think he looked 90%. I think he was closer to 80, 75. Tom Brady looked like he was on his game.
Oh, that was classic Tom Brady.
It was classic Tom Brady. He went to his reliable receivers, got Gronk 2 touchdowns, got my boy AB a touchdown, which I loved low key because I was feeling for him when he was doing a music video in his crib.
It's like, damn,
a
AB.
season ago. And he was out the league. I was like, I want AB to find his footing again. I want him back on solid ground. To see him, AB for a second, but to see him pregame, getting ready for the Super Bowl and to get the touchdown, I felt really happy for Antonio Brown. So
no doubt, I was happy AB could come back and kind of redeem himself. If that's what you want to call it.
Man got another ring, fam.
Well, that was his first ring.
No, because he didn't win with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, he wasn't even on the team then. Remember, that was Big Ben. That was early Big Ben. Remember, that was like
I think you got to check for us real quick.
Because
the man I feel like the man got a Super one at least because
Big Ben won.
I know he played in the Super Bowl.
Big Ben, he may have played in one, but he didn't win one. I know Big Ben won his first. I think the 2 they won were early on. I think it was his second year.
Hines and Plaxico.
Right.
That was
Santonio Holmes.
But see now exactly. Now that third one, I wonder
what third one.
They got 2.
Yeah, the Steelers only got 2.
3. They lost to the Packers one time.
Okay, so that's the one you saying AB might have been in.
As far as I can remember, I could be wrong, but I feel like AB had scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
And it still said, yeah, that was bathroom style big. Come on, man.
Yeah, Ben Raplesberger, right?
Y'all go.
But yeah, man, I feel like the Super Bowl we didn't get that crazy play to, that we'll always associate this game with. It was pretty cut and dry from start to finish as far as the Buccaneers really dominated the Chiefs. And I totally didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be a much closer game. And because of that, it felt extra regulation. Like, by the time the game was over, even the Buccaneers didn't look like, you know what I mean? They didn't run on the field and all of that stuff.
Business as usual, man.
It was super business as usual. And I feel like, is this how Muggs felt when MJ won his 6? Like, were they just bored with greatness by the time, 98 came around?
I mean, it's all up, it's a testament to Tom Brady. I mean, the Buccaneers were a very good team last year, but they just didn't have the winning. They didn't have somebody.
Very good is a push. They were good.
They
were missing the quarterback.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And but also bringing that winning spirit and showing guys what it takes.
And a head coach, I would say. But yeah.
Oh, no doubt. And that's another thing that's been overlooked. Shout out to Bruce Arians, man.
Straight up.
Did you see all of them black assistant coaches he got?
Come on. He held it down. Byron Leftwich, Todd Bowles.
I wrote them all down. Harold Goodwin is the assistant head coach. Yep. Byron Leftwich was the offensive coordinator. Antoine Randall L. Shout out to the crib, man. He's an offensive assistant. Obviously, Todd Bowles is the defensive coordinator. Mike Caldwell is the inside linebackers coach. Larry Foote, the offensive linebacker coach. Roger Kingdom, Maral Javada, that was the lady. She was an assistant strength and conditioning coach. Kevin Ross, the cornerback coach. Todd McNair, the running back coach. Keith Armstrong, the special teams coordinator. Lori Locust, assistant DL coach. And Casey Rogers, the defensive line coach.
When you say that the Buccaneers, their defensive Todd Bowles is not getting the credit they deserve, I feel that because Todd Bowles should be getting a head coaching position in the next couple of days for creating the defensive scheme to stop the Kansas City Chiefs offense.
No doubt. But,
how don't you get a head coaching position after that?
Well, people will look back to the 3 years he had in New York, with the New York Jets, and they was getting stomped around.
It's the Jets.
Yeah, especially when you got three. Geno, what was
Adam? How many jobs is Adam Gase gonna get? I'm sure he's about to get hired. He just had a 1-win season with the Jets.
Come on, we know the science behind that.
Yeah. Byron Leftwich.
Yo,
they said Tom. Remember this last season with the Patriots? How many people said the man was washed and done and should retire?
Tom Brady?
Yeah, the fool just won a Super Bowl MVP.
And look, A1. Them throws was so on point. His arm was looking like vintage TB.
Yo, bro, how many mugs came out of retirement? AB was retired basically. Grunk was retired basically. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin were good receivers, but they weren't they weren't Super Bowl caliber offense.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
But again, when you say, hey man, people can say what they want about Tom Brady, but that dude is 43 years old, and you got to give Bruce Arians credit for taking the leash off and letting him do him and letting him be an extension of the coach on the field. But a guy, you hear this from everybody, even when you look at The Last Dance with Big Michael, you look at the greatest players around these leagues, and these guys have had extreme measures of success, but they still act like they never had it. And when you one of them guys, you come in and you hold everybody accountable, and everybody else, they hold themselves. You got to hold yourself accountable. When you got this guy, when you see this 43-year-old guy taking the initiative, you got to go even harder. And Bruce Arians said it, man, that the thing that they asked him after the game, what was the one thing that he saw that he didn't know before the season about Tom Brady? He was like, man, the way this guy works, like, man, he comes in and he's got a work ethic like no other. And he's like, those guys, when you don't have a choice because he's going to get on you. You seen Tom Brady come to the sideline after one of them drives and he ain't happy, and he lets everybody on the side have it, including himself. So I think a lot of those things that we didn't see on the field attributed to that 31-9 victory. But, yeah, man, as far as the head coaches, Todd Bowles, Eric Bieniemy, Byron Leftwich, Leslie Frazier, all of these guys should be head coaches in the NFL somewhere next year.
Without question. I mean, I feel like that is, the biggest takeaway when you look at that staff is like, okay, all of these cats should be a head coach somewhere.
Yeah.
And none of them are. So that's a whole nother issue. But, man, as far as the Super Bowl goes, where do you rank this one on your list of favorite Super Bowls? Because I feel like y'all can guess. It's towards the bottom for me.
Likewise. as far as the game was concerned, as far as the significance of Tom Brady winning number 7, I mean, this is at the top of Super Bowl history.
This is at the top of sports history.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, he's up there with Bill Russell.
Yeah, man.
As far as what they did on the court.
Yeah, man.
Like we said, Yogi Berra yesterday. I was looking at the list. Will Chamberlain. Guys that just are bigger than the sport. Honestly, like Tom Brady is bigger than the NFL.
And it's tough. The NFL, man, that's one of them. I mean, all sports are tough. It's not easy to go back-to-back and win numerous championships in any sport. The cars, everything has to basically go right for you. You have to have, everything has to go right for you to become like this.
That's an aspect of winning a championship. How many things have
to go right? They have to align.
Yes. And he did it year after year.
And then to leave New England, like you said, to hear he's washed up, he should retire, all of this. And he said he'll be back. And he's playing until he's 45.
Now, he said that because I was going to ask you, should he retire?
Oh, no. Hell no, man. He go for 10, bro.
That is, I feel like, yeah, cool. But it's like, okay, he could go out on top. Was like 7 is a number that who's going to get 7 Super Bowls?
But I don't think it's about that for Tom Brady. You gotta
it's
love,
about ability. Like, I can
you
do
gotta
it, so
love,
why not?
and you gotta love the game to still do this. How many times did Tom Brady get sacked yesterday?
Zero.
There you go. So he ain't taking a beat.
His jersey was very clean at the end.
Come on back, bro. It's about the love. Obviously, the accolades speak for themselves. It ain't about that no more. Who are we to say it's not about that? But I feel like at that age, it can't be about that because he's got more accolades than no quarterback in our generation. 7, you'll never see. You're not gonna see that again.
No, like real talk, you're not. And Patrick Mahomes, what he's been to 2 in his first 3 years, he's 1-1. But even still, I mean, Tom Brady's still in the league.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, he just lost a head-to-head matchup with him.
The fact that Tom Brady's first Super Bowl, Mahomes was what, in kindergarten?
Yeah, I think he was
in what? I don't know.
Crazy.
Come on,
and he's coming. He's coming back. So I think that's all about the luck. Bruce Arians, man, the preparation, bro.
He's the oldest coach of all time.
What, 68?
68. His mom's is in the building.
Fam, you have to absolutely love what you do. You have to love because football is one of them things, man. It's the preparation is like none other.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to love that to be a 43-year-old man.
18, 19-week marathon.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, with no let up, and you got to go through all these nagging injuries. You're not feeling 100%.
Yeah, Dexter said they sacked him once early. Okay.
Sacked him once early. But see, now, when you look at Tom Brady's greatness and what I feel like what he accomplished in this first season with Tampa in order to win a Super Bowl, like completely trashes all the things that I thought about the development of an offense in football. You need time. Mm-hmm. You need a couple of seasons. This man came in.
You need to go.
Yeah, without a preseason.
Right.
And ended up being a Finals MVP, the Super Bowl MVP. G, that's
and
insane.
what did Mike Evans and Chris Godwin do yesterday? Nothing.
We'll see now their presence. I mean,
obviously their presence, but I'm saying this.
Gronk them 8 in the end zone.
Come on, Leonard Fournette. These are you got to think about these guys. The guys that killed are guys that they signed in the offseason. These are 1-year contract guys. AB, Gronk, Leonard Fournette.
They picked up him like a day before the season started.
Come on, bro. So give a shout out to the management also for knowing how to put that team together.
And you see what he said. It was like, look, but he said what you just said. Once we got Tom Brady.
Come on, bro.
We knew things were going to be different for us.
Come on, man. Tom Brady is the GOAT. However you feel about him being MAGA, that's cool. But his play on the football field is all I care about. I don't care about his political affiliation. That I don't know Tom Brady. Whatever. I'm pretty sure he's a cool guy and all of that. His guys ride with him. So who are we? It's like we're watching from afar. We're watching through TV screens. Like, I mean, we cover. So it's we'll be able to get in there and maybe get some volatile info, or we may get to see actually who Tom Brady might be behind the scenes. But as far as the guy who's on the football field, it's over with, man. Ain't no question about who the coldest quarterback of all time is.
Oh, yeah. I feel like you're on point when you can't dispute what he's actually done on the field. I told you yesterday, though, I think it's completely fair to not mess with him because he's MAGA.
Yeah.
I don't got no problem with somebody say, forget him, he's MAGA.
Oh, no doubt.
I laugh every time I see that, low key. Like, every time I see the picture of him with the MAGA hat in the background, I'm like, this dude, Tom Brady, is a slick mug. He tried to really kind of put that under. Don't forget I'm MAGA. Don't forget. Fam. That was cheap.
Placed it perfectly. It was like the Biggs logo in one of our videos, man. Like, it was placed perfectly well. It's like you can't miss it. Like, it stands out. So, hey, man, Super Bowl 55 in the books. Tom Brady with number 7. And Pat Mahomes, I mean, young guy, he'll be back a few more times.
I hope he'll be back. You know what I mean? I feel like you can't really say that in the NFL.
That's true.
You just don't know.
But this goes back to what we were saying a couple weeks ago about being crowned too early, man. Like, man, if he win number 2 in 2 years, it's like, hey, man, y'all got to be cool, bro.
But real talk, it was there. He was in position to do it. And I feel like that says a lot about Pat Mahomes as a young quarterback in this league. I feel like the taste that's going to be in his mouth after the L yesterday is going to drive him like to be nasty. Like, don't be surprised if he gets it next year. Like, if the Chiefs end up in a Super Bowl next year, who's going to be surprised?
Rematch.
Yeah, if they meet again.
Well, you heard what Dwight Smith said, man. It's all about what Vegas says, bro. What's the best matchup for Super Bowl 56? Is it Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes again?
You see, now, was that the best matchup after seeing the game? Was that the best matchup? Would that have been better than Aaron Rodgers versus Pat Mahomes?
It was about setting the record straight and placing Tom Brady in a category that no one will ever be able to catch.
That's why I picked them to win.
Right. That's real. That's real. And I made my bet, and I didn't bet on Kansas City. I said that on the kickoff yesterday, but I definitely did not place that -3 on DraftKings. So I came away decent. I made a live bet, and I took Tampa Bay -15.
Okay.
Came up. So,
okay.
But yeah, man. Overall, just the average Super Bowl. Spectacle included.
It was a super average Super Bowl. You know, and for the ticket, for the bill, you know, to have Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady, it was totally underwhelming. You know?
And for the Chiefs to not be able to put the ball in the end zone, it was like,
I'm not feeling that one, bro. It's like, come on. Like, I feel like I want to watch the game again to see what exactly went wrong.
So let me get back to this comment.
A couple of crazy interceptions. I mean,
Shaka Strong says, was the O-line and backfield for Tom and Jameis the same or different? I feel like obviously the backfield was different.
It was definitely different, even though Ronald Jones was there.
Yeah, and he had a good season last year.
He had a real good season.
When you add Tom, I mean, the difference is Tom Brady. Like, that's the difference. Jameis. So they like, okay, Jameis Winston threw 30 touchdowns, but he also threw 30 interceptions.
Go ahead, complete that.
So they like, well, we can find another quarterback that can throw 30 touchdowns.
Well, that's a feat. You know what I mean? The fact that he threw 30 touchdowns is crazy, but throwing 30
we can find Tom Brady
is crazy.
We can find another in 16 games. That's 2 touchdowns a game. Most NFL quarterbacks can throw 30
don't forget,
touchdowns.
We're talking about Tampa
in this
Bay.
league.
Yeah,
with Mike Evans, you know, with top receivers.
Cameron Brate, the tight end that was already
it's
there.
about the other side of the ball. You know, the 30 interceptions. It's like, now if we can get a guy who can keep it to below 10, it's championship. That's championship caliber. Then we shore up the defense. Them guys were all over the place, man.
They definitely were all over the place. Shaq Barrett, who I've had on my fantasy team a few times.
Okay.
You know, on the defensive side of the ball. He's a Hulk. He's been in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation for the last 2 seasons. Yeah, I mean, and the young secondary that they have, Antoine Winfield. Hawks, they always around the ball.
What's his name? Devin White, the linebacker that got that last pick.
Devontae.
Devontae White, that's his name, man. That dude was going crazy.
Oh, come on. They deserve every bit of the credit for being, on it the way they were last night.
Shaka says Mahomes will be back and will chase Tom Brady's Super Bowl rings.
I feel like that's his career now. And
damn, man,
what's wrong with that? Like, is
that's
that
like
not
LeBron chasing it's like, bro, y'all. He got other people to catch before Tom Brady.
Nah, but see, no.
How not?
Because Mahomes' eyes is on the top spot.
That's fine,
like,
but you can't look past.
When you come in at his clip, you don't see anybody else.
Nah, I don't mean his clip.
Spot.
I'm talking about us. Talking about chasing his rings. Boy, you got it's other Joe Montana. Come on, man. Now we disrespecting legends, man.
I don't think it's disrespect.
It is, bro.
It's respect for what Patrick Mahomes has done.
No, man. What has he done? He won one championship.
How many? Dan Marino doesn't have one.
Like, that's my point.
It took John Elway to the end of his 15-year career to get one.
We've seen every part of the spectrum with NFL quarterbacks. This is what I'm saying, bro.
But see but the conversation has to be had that if he keeps it up.
He didn't just Tom Brady was if he won yesterday, he would have 2 and Tom Brady would have 6. Joe Montana would still have 3. Terry Bradshaw would still have 3.
No. If Pat Mahomes wins yesterday, he's the youngest quarterback.
That's fine, but
he's the youngest quarterback all time to have 2 Super Bowls.
That's fine. But then what if he never wins again? But then he doesn't win.
Story. But that's the question that has to be answered after that. But
I'm saying, as far as this comment, Mahomes will be back and will chase Tom Brady's Super Bowl rings. I can't go off that. I'm being cuz today. I'm pushing back on that.
I don't think that means that if he doesn't reach Tom Brady's Super Bowl, then it's like some failure of a career. He won one already. Like you said, Dan Marino ain't never won one, and he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. They not the same. Pat Mahomes. If I'm Pat Mahomes, I'm like Dan Marino.
I agree.
Don't compare me to Marino.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's like compare me to Tom. Compare me to
No, you gotta compare me to
10 times.
Well, there ain't nobody been 10 times.
Tom Brady has.
What did
and
you
now Pat Mahomes has something to aspire to.
No, he had. If he didn't make it this one, he had been 9 times.
And nasty. But Tom Brady is the standard now.
What did you say a few minutes ago? There is no guarantee that Pat Mahomes will be back to the championship.
Absolutely no guarantee. But while he's playing at this level, he is totally going to always be in that Super Bowl conversation.
Gardner says if Mahomes never wins again, he becomes Aaron Rodgers. Brian Hudson says we're number 2 first. Then that's great. I agree with that. But we can't act like Joe Montana and them don't exist, Joe.
They're not number 1. Like, it's not saying that they don't exist. They don't hold.
Everybody ain't. Magic ain't number 1, but he got a fan. How many NBA players don't have a fan?
How many NBA players do you hear now say, I'm trying to be Magic?
I don't think any NBA players are saying that, but you still got to get as many rings as Magic. You got to get as many rings as LeBron.
Yeah, well, yes, you do have to do that.
That's all I'm saying. Y'all talking about Tom Brady, and it's like, Joe, Bradshaw got 3.
As you pass them,
Aikman got some shit? Aikman got a few with Emmett now. Come on, man.
I'm not saying you ignore them. You definitely acknowledge them on the way up. But Patrick Mahomes' climb, at least today, his purview is past that. Like, if Pat Mahomes plays at this level for the rest of his career,
nah, man, y'all moving too fast, man. Pat Mahomes is dope.
This is the NFL. His career could be done tomorrow. This is not moving too fast in the NFL.
It is, man. Y'all talking about him catching Tom Brady, man. He got other people to catch. He ain't colder than Joe Montana right now because he made 2 back-to-back Super Bowls.
Nobody's saying that, though.
So what are y'all saying? I'm talking about this specific comment. He will be back and chase Tom.
What's wrong with his target being Tom Brady?
I'm talking about this comment. He will be back and will chase Tom Brady's Super Bowl rings. No, he got to chase Joe Montana's Super Bowl ring.
No, because somebody has more than Joe Montana.
Not Pat Mahomes.
No, not Pat Mahomes, but Pat Mahomes is in the game right now.
Man, Pat Mahomes just took an L yesterday, bro.
So if Mahomes
he's
took
brought
an L
back
yesterday,
down. He got a long way to go, man. Is all I'm saying.
But you don't aspire to be second best. You don't aspire to be number 3 on the list. You aspire to be number 1.
I agree with that.
And number 1 is Tom. So I feel like the competitive nature of Mahomes, and from now on, and even not even to say from now on, but starting yesterday, it was, can you reach that level?
I think that's an unrealistic expectation.
It's how we judge. Like they brought up Aaron Rodgers, is why we say, even though he's respected as probably the best quarterback skill wise,
right?
People would say his career is disappointing.
That's
only been to one Super
and
Bowl.
whoever says Aaron Rodgers' career is disappointing is I don't want to talk football
Rodgers
with
would
them.
say that.
That's Aaron Rodgers.
But he's only been to one as great as
How
he
many
is.
quarterbacks ain't been to none? Donovan McNabb went to 5 NFC championships
like
and
what
1
you
Super
say,
Bowl.
Like what you're saying, I feel like in the NBA, when you talk about the greatest, like Peyton, like Tom, like Joe
Peyton went to
Montana,
1 Super Bowl.
He went to 2.
Walter Payton?
No, I'm talking about
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Okay.
I'm talking about quarterback.
Pat Mahomes ain't even got Peyton Manning yet.
But he's been to 2 Super Bowls.
It don't. Going and winning is 2 different things,
Going and
man.
winning is 2 different things for sure. But it is so hard to get there
that is even more of my point.
But let me finish.
Okay.
It is so hard to get there that it took Peyton Manning to get to the middle of his career to get one. He won his last Super Bowl in the very last year of his career.
Peyton Manning, right.
Pat Mahomes, 3 years in, has already been to 2. It's not, and won one of those. It's not unreasonable to kind of look a little bit higher when it comes to Patrick Mahomes.
I think it is. I think y'all tripping.
This isn't Lamar. He's not Lamar Jackson. It's already a big gap between him and any active quarterback. It's already a big gap.
Why?
Because he's already been to 2. And people that's come in, but like even before or after him ain't even been to 1. Like his clip is just a little bit higher, I feel.
I disagree.
Where I don't blame him, and I'm not pushing back on the fact that it's only one dude that he has to pay attention to now.
I disagree with that. It's a bunch of other guys that he gotta pass up before he can even think about entering the realm of Tom Brady, man.
But he's not in the realm of it yet as far as hardware.
Right.
But that's the aspiration.
That is
that's the goal for sure. And what other quarterback in the league right now can actually say that? Can actually realistically say that by the time I'm done playing, I'm trying to be in that 5, 6, 7 range.
Well, seeing as though Pat Mahomes only got 1, then it's a few guys. I mean, I don't know if we look around the league. I
feel that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Watson wins when they tied.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. Now, maybe Watson
They came the same year.
Right.
They got drafted the same year.
Right.
But see now, again, in the NFL, it's, to your point, it's so many quarterbacks that are not going to even touch it. We just seen Phillip Rivers, as competitive as he is, the numbers he's put up over his career, he bowed out gracefully.
Did that man go to 1 Super Bowl ever?
No. He didn't go to any. While, Eli Manning, a lesser quarter, went to 2 and won 2. Yeah, I mean.
Now, I'm not saying Pat Mahomes got chasing Eli.
Exactly.
But he got 2. There's something that you can't take away. You notice the quarterback is probably the most special position in all of professional sports. So when a team wins a championship, the quarterback is going to get the praise because he's the only guy on the field who touches the ball every time. So whether we like the way Eli won those 2 ships,
he made some of the clutchest throws I've ever seen, but he was an average quarterback. His career numbers, he got the same amount of interceptions as he does TDs.
I agree with you 100%, bro.
Shout out to Tom Coughlin and those defenses that the Giants had as well. Eli Manning was a good enough quarterback. Exactly. Yeah, Mike was straight hand. Justin Tuck, a young Pierre Paul.
Right.
So,
was that when Pierre blew his finger off?
That was before he blew his fingers off.
Okay.
So, I saw that, man, but they had the Ninja Turtle hand for Jason Pierre Paul. But
JPP.
in the realm of what is the ceiling for Pat Mahomes, is it reaching to say Tom Brady?
It's
But
reaching.
you gotta reach.
You're
though.
reaching. And I'm not saying Pat Mahomes. He should have the aspiration to want to see Tom Brady and be like, that's what I gotta get. I'm saying that's right now. That's not
realistic.
No, it's not. I'm just saying I'm saying y'all gas Pat Mahomes up. He's a great quarterback. There's no doubt. There's no doubt how he's shown his greatness. But I think people gas him up. Partly because he's a black quarterback. We want to see them guys succeed like no other. I'm one of those. But, hey, man, he got his ass handed to him yesterday. You can say concussion. We can say turf toe. Them guys got their ass whooped yesterday.
Exactly. The Chiefs got their ass
But when the Chiefs win, who gets all the praise?
Mahomes. Well.
So when they lose, he got to get
That's what I said earlier. I said I don't think Pat Mahomes played well for whatever reason. I don't. You know what I mean?
The defense was on their heels. Period. I think Andy Reid was outsmarted by Bruce Arians yesterday. Todd Bowles had a plan that no other team had, and he had the dogs to execute it.
How many touchdowns did Chiefs receivers drop?
At least 2. But how many times have you seen those guys in that position?
Almost never. You know
That's
what I mean?
all I'm saying.
Almost never, which was, I feel like if you're talking about the takeaways from the game, it was like I would have never suspected the Chiefs offense
at all.
that cold.
At all.
I'm thinking at least 20, 30 points, at least.
Man, when you chop them legs off, when you chop the speed down.
But see, now at the same time, don't forget Andy Reid's son and that car accident where he hit those 2 kids. Andy Reid.
Was his son still in the hospital? Or was he on the sideline?
His son was still in
the hospital. Right.
I'm sure that affected Andy Reid's
no
approach.
Doubt. No doubt.
It was just a perfect storm for the Chiefs to
no
lose
doubt.
that one.
No doubt.
It's in Tampa.
And, of course, like you said, we knew Tom Brady was going to win. Come on, man.
But see, now we've seen him lose. And did you hear Tom Brady say that, though?
What?
Did you hear him say after he won it that I guess he was talking about the team. Like, we thought we were going to win this one. And I was like, for real, Tom?
Yeah, Vegas hit Tom like, Tom, we got you. We got y'all at +3, but we got you. Don't even worry about it.
I was on an island saying that the Buccaneers is going to win.
Tom, how much you got? How much you and Giselle got? 2.5?
Yeah, it's like, okay.
We'll turn that into 5 for you.
Yeah, man. But see, now Mahomes, I feel he's young. But anything, like, so many things have to go right. And I feel like that's the argument against it. We see you lose a couple of your offensive linemen. You could lose the Super Bowl.
Period.
That you're supposed to win. You were the best team in the league all season.
People that no one even knows them offensive linemen's name. One of them is supposed to be like a Hall of Famer.
Eric Fisher.
Yeah, Eric Fisher. Like, come on, man. This is serious stuff. And it's like these guys have been in the – I think they may have had the most healthy offensive line all year. And then it comes down to the last game of the season. And this guy tears, was his ACL or his Achilles or one of them?
His Achilles.
Cooked.
But see, now Tom Brady has overcome, similar things. I'm sure Pat Mahomes is going to learn from this. I'm super excited to see how he bounces back. A quick note, something I didn't know. I didn't know Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski was the same age, dog.
Really?
Those dudes are the same age. And I thought that they were in different points of their career.
Well, we know. I mean, Gronk was gracefully bowing out. He had
exactly.
He got a couple. He like, man, let me keep my sanity. Let me go on to WWE. Let me try my acting out. Let me try these other things.
Get off these roids. Nah.
Yeah. Lay off the roids for a minute. Tom was like, hey, bro, I'm coming back, man. I'm going to Tampa. You can come down here and kick it.
To accept it, fam.
Come on. Gronk was like, yeah. Not doing nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm still in football shape. Let's get it, man.
And he was there, like the Super Bowl.
You had to know. You had to know.
That's why Grunt came back. I need you for the Super Bowl.
I need you for the biggest
game.
game.
These 15, 16 games, tune it up. For that one game, though, I'm going to let you go.
And remember the championship game, he had the biggest catch of the game.
Definitely did.
Like, let me warm you up.
Catch, the 20,
that one
20
catch.
Yard. So Pat Mahomes, I feel like we do, to be fair, we do have to see how his career goes when it's time for the Kansas City Chiefs to undergo some changes.
There you go.
You know, is Andy Reid going to be his coach
There
for
you
the
go, because Andy
12,
Reid ain't.
13 Yeah,
there you
Andy
go.
Reid has been around the block. And he could, it could be somebody else coaching Pat Mahomes at some point in his career. I'm sure Tyreek Hill is going to be a time where it's like, okay, is it worth signing this dude? And who are going to be the weapons after that? You know, I feel like that is going to be an important and pivotal part of his career that he hasn't got to yet. We'll see how the Kansas City Chiefs management, how they handle and build around him when that time comes. But again, like I said, nobody would be surprised if these dudes ended up in a Super Bowl next year or the year after that. They just have that kind of system working right now. I agree.
But again, like you said, everything has to go right. Everything has to be in alignment. These guys got to come back healthy. And the sustainability, man, is, we haven't seen
3
that.
straight Super Bowls.
Come on, T.
Some whole other stuff, though.
So don't get it twisted. I love Pat Mahomes. I think he's outstanding. But it was a reality check yesterday for not just him, but for everybody who's been placing him on this pedestal. Like, hey, man, it's a lot of football left.
Well, he's still there.
He is, no doubt.
And see, now that's wild, because how much of a hit do you think his legacy took last night as far as
That's what I'm saying. What? It's his 3rd year.
But you lose a Super Bowl.
Everybody loses. Tom Brady's the greatest all time. He lost 4 Super Bowls.
And had to get back. Now, we're going to see what Pat Mahomes is really made of.
See, this is what I'm saying. The expectations that we're placing on Pat Mahomes. These
are expectations, but these are, we don't make the rules.
But losing the Super Bowl doesn't knock your legacy down after you won one. Like, he lost to Tom Brady. It wasn't like, he did go out there and put up a dud. But
You said you was like to the people that put him on the pedestal.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
this is putting y'all.
He's still the best quarterback. He's the best quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers was the MVP.
Aaron Rodgers was the MVP, but Pat Mahomes is the reigning champion and got back.
Well, he ain't the champion now, though.
The reigning MVP, the reigning champ, and got back to the Super Bowl.
He wasn't the MVP this year.
One bad game.
No, they were like 14-2, 13. The biggest games.
Yeah.
The biggest game.
The biggest game.
You play the worst you've ever played.
But in the scheme of it, he can bounce back from there.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. That's what I'm saying. His legacy is like, man, the man been in there 3 years. It ain't like the Buffalo Bills and Jim Kelly where they get there 4 years in a row and don't win none of them.
Even for the offense to go as cold as it
Hey, it happens. It's football, man. It happens. But this is what I'm saying. Like, why do we place this huge why do we place this huge, if you don't want to call it expectation, I don't know what adjective to use, but why is Pat Mahomes in this stratosphere like no other quarterback? I feel like we've never put any other quarterback in this position in as long as I've been watching football.
Well, I feel like it's always a quarterback in this position. Before Mahomes, it was A-Rod. Before A-Rod, it was Brett Favre. It's always that one darling, the golden boy.
Well, this is, again, now we're talking about a black quarterback, so I think that adds even more to it. I think that adds more.
Somebody say, can we call him that? He put ketchup on his steak, but nah, that's another conversation. But no, I feel you. But at the same time, I just feel like Mahomes. I don't know if they're expectations. But I feel like the extraness is kind of warranted when it comes to Pat Mahomes. And he's embraced it. Like, how else can you be great unless you embrace the great expectations,
There's nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is I was really just addressing Shaka's comment about chasing Tom Brady. When you got and I'm not saying Pat Mahomes. I'm saying us. Y'all looking past Joe. Dude, Joe Montana played a lot of years in the NFL and won 3 ships.
He did, but he's been passed up twice by the next generation. I would put Brady and Peyton Manning.
I'm not putting Peyton Manning over Joe Montana.
Why not?
Because he wasn't better than Joe Montana.
Do you remember?
He don't have more rings.
Manning, though? But do you remember watching Peyton Manning?
Man, Peyton Manning couldn't even throw it.
Does he not have?
Because he played 20 years.
No, because
Peyton Manning couldn't throw the ball 20 yards when he played for Denver, man.
But that was at the very end of his career.
When you said he won the 2 ships.
No, he won one against the Bears.
In
his
07,
MVP season.
06?
I think he won the MVP that year.
How many MVPs Joe Montana got?
Tell me.
More than Peyton Manning.
How many I think Peyton Manning has 3.
It's
Peyton Manning, I think he has either 2 or 3 MVPs. Like, check the number, please.
Okay.
But Peyton
I'm saying, forget all that. Peyton Manning ain't colder than Joe Montana is what I'm saying. Now, maybe you didn't see Joe Montana.
You gotta convince me that Joe Montana was better than Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Like, what Peyton Manning is if it wasn't for Tom Brady,
he would hold all the. Wow, he would be the GOAT.
Montana 3 MVPs.
Montana 3 MVPs and Peyton Manning with 2 or 3.
And I'm not taking nothing away from Peyton Manning.
I don't want to take nothing away from Joe Montana.
That's all I'm telling you.
I just feel isn't it like almost
Joe Montana won without Jerry Rice. I saw such an idiotic comment from what you see, Esco.
5? I don't think that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
5
yes,
MVPs.
Yes, and you don't. When it comes to Peyton Manning, you don't know.
Let me check.
Is that real? That's the quarterback he was.
Okay, but Joe Montana got 4 rings.
Joe Montana does have 4 rings. And then he passed the sticks to Steve Young, who had 3.
Steve Young got 3 ships.
You took like.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Steve Young.
I think it's either 2 or 3.
5 MVPs.
Peyton Manning has 5 MVPs. That's why I'm saying I'm not taking nothing away from Peyton Manning. That's all I'm saying. But he ain't better than Joe Montana is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not taking nothing away from Peyton Manning.
I think Joe Montana has been passed up twice, and which makes me feel like Pat Mahomes is next to jump up on that totem pole. And that's nothing against Joe Montana. It's the evolution of the quarterback position.
But
Pat Mahomes throw the ball 40, 50 times a game.
There you go.
Like, he's just on that projection and playing in the right era. If he stays healthy, I don't think it's any doubt that he's going to be
Bro said
top of the
Steve
list.
Young has one title.
1 title? Okay. Didn't want to jump the gun with Steve Young. Lucky lefty, I feel him.
All I'm saying is Peyton Manning ain't colder than Joe Montana. MVPs are great. MVPs in the Super Bowl is what matters most. Peyton Manning, he got 2?
2 Super Bowls.
And that's more than a lot of quarterbacks. That's all.
Facts.
So all I'm saying is back to Pat Mahomes. That man got a long way to go. That's all I'm saying. He got a lot of quarterbacks to pass up before he can even think about getting in the stratosphere of Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm saying y'all, and I'm not saying you specifically.
But it's cool because I feel like that
but this is a part of what we do.
Is it politically correct? I mean, because when Mahomes is talking about it with his trainers, like, yeah, Joe Montana is right there, or Ben Roethlisberger is right. He's like, no, I'm trying to get. Thank you, man.
Steve Young better than who?
Steve Young to me was better than Joe Montana, even though Joe Montana has the legend.
Yes, exactly, the legend of Joe Montana.
I ain't. But you tripping, dog. You being a millennial right now, because you knocking Joe Montana all the way down
to 3, just to 3, just to 3. Just the 3. I'm not saying Ben Roethlisberger or somebody.
He's crazy talking about Steve Young is better than Joe Montana. Steve Young took more concussion hits than Joe Montana. Steve Young was a dog. No doubt. No doubt Steve Young was a complete animal. But Joe Montana, Joe. After Tom Brady, Joe Montana. And if you say Peyton Manning, I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue that. But I think I'm taking Joe Montana over Peyton Manning. That's all I'm saying. But back to Patrick Mahomes. He got a long way to go, and y'all got to stop tripping.
He does have a long way to go because to the Peyton Manning point, he definitely hasn't even entered that realm. So,
right.
At the end of the day, you're right. I mean, he does have a long way to go. But if I'm Pat Mahomes and I'm training, I'm not saying Peyton, Joe.
But are you training talking about Tom Brady? I'm coming, man. I'm coming, man. It's like, man, you better quit worrying about trying.
I'm Brady.
I say it all the time, Tom.
Especially since I lost head to head, I want a rematch, fam. I'm like, I'm hoping y'all get back to the Super Bowl so I can get my lick back. You know what I mean?
Mahomes' wife is pregnant. I found out. So
Yeah.
maybe, being a father,
It will
the
affect.
legacy,
It will affect. It will.
comes in.
I think it will affect his approach to it. You know what I mean? So.
Dexter Childs Randall says, Steve Young better than Montana? Hell no. Yeah, man, May's off that missile, man. May's been off that missile today.
Steve Young came right in and picked up where Joe Montana left off, though, right?
Yeah, he did. Passed him the sticks.
And they had two different styles. He was a running quarterback.
Right, one of the
course,
first.
He was going to get hit more.
Right,
you know
one
what
of
I
the
mean?
first. He was an animal, but it cut his career short, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of legends out here. Terry Bradshaw got a 4-piece.
Terry Bradshaw, he don't let you forget it.
Right.
You know what I mean? We already mentioned Eli Manning.
If that's the
Wilson
goal.
got one and lost one. You know what I mean? Russell, but see, now those questions were there for Russell Wilson.
But that's what I'm saying.
But they got answered, and the answer was no.
So
and I love Russell Wilson, but he's in that class under Brady and them, you know?
Shit, he might be in the class under them.
Yeah.
You talking about Brady? Them Brady is in his own category.
Exactly. Russell Wilson would probably never win an MVP.
Right. Brady is in his own category. And then you got a couple, Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, Peyton Manning, all them guys.
Yeah.
Then you might have another category before Russell Wilson's. Troy Aikman.
Aaron Rodgers.
Russell
Wilson not in that?
No.
I feel that.
And that's no disrespect to Russell because he's a great quarterback.
He's probably in that one under that.
We're talking about great quarterbacks. We ain't talking about mid.
So what group is Mahomes in today?
Right now?
Yeah.
That's hard to say because, Russell Wilson has a longer track record. Pat Mahomes basically just got here.
He's going into year 4.
That's still kind of young.
2 Super Bowl appearances and a Super Bowl
That's what
win.
I'm saying. You can't really put him. I would say he's, as far as those guys are concerned, he may be in a class of his own. Now, if had he wanted to, then yeah, he would really be in a class of his own that nobody else could enter. Who's
True.
Still playing at this moment?
If he win, it's a different story.
Right. But right now, playing at this moment, I feel like Russell Wilson has a lot more years under his belt. So it's more leeway, Pat Mahomes got a long way to go. Like you said, who knows? Injury, team, Andy Reid, offensive schemes.
And I feel like if I've learned anything from Tom Brady's career, is that longevity definitely has its place. Like the fact that he's able to play until he's 43 and still be in Super Bowls and win Super Bowls is some whole other shit. Like honestly, Tom Brady has forced you, has made you submit and admit the fact that he is the GOAT. It's like, okay, who got 5? Who got 6?
Nobody.
Okay, now who got 7?
Exactly.
And then win Finals MVP. This wasn't like a defensive player came up and won Super Bowl MVP, no pick sixes, anything like that. Tom Brady was on his game. Tom Brady was the best player on the field yesterday, G.
And I feel like that MVP, Tom got it. I feel like the whole defense, Tampa Bay's defense, could have gotten the MVP.
To throw it back to that Ravens season.
I feel like that was the key to them winning. Tom was outstanding, no doubt. And
I think if they would have scored, you could have said that about the defense. If the defense,
if they would have
held, take one of them back.
Oh, okay. Okay. No doubt, man. I love Pat Mahomes. I'm interested to see where his career goes, but. So he got a lot of guys he got to pass up first. No disrespect to you either, Shaka. I'm glad you brought that up because it gave us some conversation piece.
Yeah, and I feel like that is the question that's going to be surrounding his career for the time being. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Pat Mahomes responds to it, man. You saw the look in his eye. I kept seeing him shake his head on the sideline like he couldn't believe it.
Hey, I see Mars out there talking about Johnny Unitas. I think that was Randy who asked about Johnny Unitas. Then I see him talking about Bart Starr. And it's like, hey, man, this goes back to.
Go back?
I only talk about the guys who I was able to see. No disrespect.
Maybe that's why I'm not giving.
No doubt. No doubt. I understand that. Johnny U and them, I can't go back. That's like Wilton, Bill Russell. Much love to them guys. If they the greats, cool. But I never saw Will score 100. Never saw Bill Russell win one of those 11 rings, so I don't mention them in my greatest of all time, man.
We ran up against the 3 o'clock wall. We got to get up out of here real quick. We want to show some love to our brothers that's coming up next. Herb and what I said. Y'all stay tuned in to the station to catch them.
Hey, man, but before we go.
Let them know, Gene.
R.I.P. to my boy Pedro Gomez.
Absolutely, bro. You know, yesterday I sent you the text message, but of course I'm running all kind of memories.
Man.
In my head. Remember when the fan called him
what?
The NFL reporter.
I cannot think, but yes, that was hilarious. But just being on the beat with Pedro, covering that Cubs World Series with Pedro.
Sal Palantonio.
Sal Palantonio, yes, he called Pedro. It was hilarious.
Yes.
But Pedro, man, he was. If you see all the guys showing love around the league, man, Pedro was one of those guys. He didn't know us from nothing. But when he saw us,
same space.
Yeah, we was in that same space, and he treated us like brothers, like off the whim, man.
You appreciate that.
Yeah, so it was sad when you sent me that text, man, and I knew it was something. And then when I clicked on it, and it was R.I.P. Pedro. I never forget when ESPN did that special when he went back to Cuba and dumped his father's ashes.
That was dope.
Yeah, it was dope. Man, sad to hear that. Pedro was a great guy, man, and I'm glad we got a chance to build with him a few times on that beat.
Absolutely. Definitely rest up, Pedro. He definitely was groundbreaking. I remember so many things from his early ESPN career that stood out, but definitely he was a pleasure to be around. Definitely seemed like a great dude.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But, yeah, up next, man, we got the brother's cousin, too.
Is Wiz.
Herb Howard. I said what I
said, fam.
Intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. We need some hoodies, man.
Yeah, I gotta get my intellectual thuggery hoodie.
We gotta do some cross branding.
We gotta throw them in some of the bigs.
I want my beanie.
Our Is Wiz.
Damn.
We gonna have to get something special for you, Esco. Don't even worry. We gonna take care of you. You just got down with the bigs, man. Another installment of On the Soil. We will be back Wednesday at 1. Till then, peace.
Man, keep it player, man. There's a lot of unplayer individuals out there, man. Make sure y'all keep it player out there.
It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. But not because our size. It's the bigs. They calling us the bigs. It's the bigs. But not because our size. It's the bigs.
WIFTBPM.
As I take a sip of this fifth that makes me shiver, you could probably sail a ship on this river full of liquor. We stay afloat where hope drowns in addictions, a potent mixture. This is the picture that depicts us. We live it up, giving what we were given, gave our all, refused to give in or give up, willing to risk it all. Gee, we lived on a tip drunk, dug deep in the trenches, shit, we knew what the risk was. But of course, again, it's the same story when shots fired in the alley.